Hello dear students, how are you all? I wish always be well. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the new chapter, that is alternating current. And in this video, we will discuss about some introduction related to alternating current. Okay, so shall we start? Okay, then be ready with your pen and copy. Let's start it. So now see, before knowing about the alternating current, we have to know about the direct current. So what is the direct current? So direct current is a type of current which provides us unidirectional current. Unidirectional means direct current in one direction, not in different direction. Let me explain it by an example. Let's take one DC source, like battery is a DC source also. So if you will provide current through any resistor, you will provide, this is positive, this is negative. So current will always flow from positive to negative in this direction. Its polarity will not change, always positive to negative, positive to negative. So we are getting the current in positive in this direction only, from here to here. So the current from direct we gets in one direction. It may be uniform also, it can be varying also, but the direction of current is always single, not positive. Only positive means positive, positive, positive. If negative it is, then it will be negative only. Okay, negative only or positive only. Okay, so it's a current. So in DC current or from the DC sources, what we get unidirectional current, the current in one direction only. Some more examples of DC sources like DC generator also you have studied in class 10. In that also you have understood that in that case also we were getting the current in one direction. So what is the DC source? It is the what is the DC current? So it is the current which provides us unidirectional current in one direction. But in this in the production of DC current, we loses lots of energy. So it was the expenditure for the direct current was more as compared to AC. So first Thomas Alva Edison has introduced this current, direct current, but since it was very expensive, that's why it was not more useful. After that, a scientist, Michael Faraday, he's a very great scientist. So he is a great scientist. So he has introduced the current, alternating current, which loses less amount of energy and it can travel for the long distance without dissipation of much energy. Okay, that's why this was more useful. Now also we are using alternating current only because you can understand that our powerhouse is at long distance, but we are getting enough amount of electric energy because the power dissipation in that case is less as compared to DC source. Can you move the current by the battery for a long distance? No, but in case of AC you can this current can travel for the long distance. That's why AC is more useful, and nowadays it is we are using it. Okay, so DC I hope it is clear. DC current is clear. Now moving for the alternating current. So what is alternating current? So the current which moves in one direction only, means bidirectional, means the type of current which vary continuously. The type of current which vary continuously means suppose this is the I current. So it reaches to its maximum value. Suppose this maximum value is I0. This maximum value is I0. So from 0 to maximum value, it reaches from 0 to maximum value and then again to 0. After some interval, after half cycle, it reaches to maximum value, in negative direction to the maximum value. Again it reaches to 0, and again, means continuously. What I want to tell you, that the value of current in AC continuously changes, and and after certain intervals, periodically it is changing its direction also. Same definition you have written. It is the current which varies whose magnitude varies continuously and also changes its direction alternatively and periodically. Means after certain periods it continuously changes. Means after pi by 2 it is changing to the 0 and again to the maximum in negative direction to the minimum. I will you in last chapter electromagnetic induction, you have studied that I equals to I0 sine omega t. You have studied this term, in last chapter, the current generated in alternating generator. Okay, so in that case you found the current expression for the current I equals to I0 sine omega t. Let's see that what is the how we are getting the different values. If you will substitute value of omega t, means this angle, omega t means the angle, you have studied in electromagnetic field in AC generator that the omega t was the angle with the angle of the coil with the magnetic field. Do you remember that the one coil, we have taken one coil which is moving in the field in magnetic field, then the continuously the coil is changing its direction, was changing in direction. So in that we have it studied. So after that we got this expression omega t. So I equals to sine I0 sine omega t. So omega t was the angle between magnetic field and the area vector of the coil, magnetic field and area vector of the coil. So this was omega t. So it is the angle between magnetic field and the coil, area vector of coil. So let's solve it. Suppose if I am putting this value of omega t 45 degree, suppose magnetic field and the area vector has value 45 degree. So what would be the value, or 0 degree? First of all, it is in the same direction. Suppose it is 0, 0 degree. Area vector is also in the direction of magnetic field. Then what would be the value of I? So I will be I0 sine 0 degree. So what is the value? 0. Again, if I'll change the angle, again if I'll change the, since coil is rotating, because of that alternating current is generating, you have studied about that, so continuously the coil is changing, and accordingly the current generated in the coil also changing because of production of induced EMF. When the you have studied already, when a current carrying coil placed in a magnetic field and continuously it is changing, the number of flux is changing through the coil, then an induced EMF generated, because of that an induced current is generating. So the same expression, this expression we got in that case. Okay, so first you study that topic, after that you study this one, then only you will understand. Okay, so I0 equals to sine omega t. Suppose if the coil rotated at angle 45 degree with the magnetic field, 45 degree with the magnetic field, then what would be the expression for current? So current is I equals to I0 sine 45 degree. Now how much current you got? 1 by root 2 I0. Okay, now if the coil rotated at 90 degree, then what you will get? You will get 1 by this I0 sine 90 degree. It means I0 means its maximum value. So when the coil was at 0 degree, the value of current was 0. After that, when it was at angle 45 degree, the current was 1 upon root 2 I0. But when it reaches to 90 degree, the current was maximum, that is I0. Understood? So continuously the value of, as the coil is rotating in the magnetic field like this, continuously the value of current is also changing. So alternating current provides the varying value, and after certain period the value of is also changing. Suppose if I'll reach to 180 degree, suppose I am reaching to 180 degree, then I will be I0 sine 180 degree. Understood? I0 will be. So if you are taking I equals to I0 sine 180 degree, then what would be the value? So again it is 0. It means it is increasing from 0 to maximum value I0, and again reaching to 180 degree, it means I. Okay, again if you will increase the value like 270 degree, then it will reach to its maximum value, like I am writing here I equals to I0 sine 270 degree, then you will get minus I0, which is what? This one, I0. So in this case of alternating current, the value is continuously changing, and also after certain intervals the magnitude, the direction is also periodically it is changing. So what is alternating current is clear, I hope. Okay, in next video we will discuss about some average, what is the average current and other topics of the chapter. Okay, so repeat it again, write in your copy. Okay, chalo, take care all of you. Thank you. Bye bye.